Hey everybody, it's C-Rock TV here. I'm doing a review on Black Clover, Episode 9. Of course, I've been a big fan of shonen for a while. Obviously, Naruto was my all-time favorite. And when this started up, I read a little bit of the manga, and I wanted to start watching it and see how the episodes would, flow out and everything. So I'm going to start doing reviews every week. So let's get on to it. Black Clover Episode 9. So pretty much it starts off with Asta and Magna and Noel. Their main mission was to get boars out of a village, and I guess these were like magical boars or whatever, and they were giving Asta a little bit of trouble in the beginning, but he figured out how to maneuver. He finally grabbed the sword out of his grimoire, which I was just like, why didn't you do that in the beginning? but so him and Magna pretty much took care of that right away, and it was pretty interesting. I tell you what, I really do love his sword. It is very interesting to me, and I do want to see where that takes him and where that goes, because that is a really cool thing, like for real. And I think he pulls a anti-magic sword out of his grimoire. It's just, I think it's OP. I think it's really OP, but I'm sure later on in the series something will happen that will give him a little bit of trouble. So pretty much from that, by the way, Asta's swole. If you guys haven't watched, that man lifts hardcore. Pretty much, he's carrying 4 bulls on his shoulder. Well, Magna has like 1 or 2, and first of all, Noelle has none. I understand that she's the woman of the whole group, but really, you're a magic knight and you can't carry 1, which by the way, she still can't control her powers in this episode until the very end when she's protecting the whole village, which was kind of cheesy at first because a little girl, she was about to run, and I was like, okay, bitch, really? And she was about to run, and then a little girl tugged on her dress and was like, save me, and then all of a sudden this new spell was written out of her grimoire, and then boom, she was just badass, which was kind of weird. I mean, it's cool that can happen, you can have new spells coming in here and there and stuff, I guess, from when you're in trouble or something. Anyway, so it goes on. There's a villain there, which we don't know his name yet. And he has 4 Magic Knight level people with him. And they specialize in ice and mist magic, which was really cool because when they're coming up on the village, Magna was like, oh, look at the mist, blah, blah, can't get in there. I was like, okay, hidden mist jutsu. No. No, it's I don't know. It could be a thing that they did just because, Naruto and it being very similar to each other. But honestly, I don't think it's that similar of a show. But yeah, and then we get into this action here where he does ice magic, and they walk into the village. Asta, of course, slices the mist because he has an anti-magic sword, and it also repels magic and etc. And the mayor appears to be dead. Obviously Magna being very close with the mayor, because Magna used to cause trouble in that town all the time. And actually it's kind of funny, he wanted to take it over, and I'm like, okay, guy. I mean, he is a really good character, he is very strong, but I don't think he's that strong to take over a whole city. I mean, he is only in the Black Bulls, but he's very strong, I'll give that to him. Yeah, and pretty much, and already from the last episode, Magna's pleated. He's pretty much almost out of magical power at the moment. So right now he's kind of running on empty, and the villain drops ice. Pretty much hundreds and hundreds of icicles. The guy's a savage. He wanted to kill everybody. Before, if they didn't get there 2 minutes before, everybody would be dead. So that guy's kind of crazy. But I like villains like that because they mean business. So it's really nice to see that. There was a lot of action in this episode when in the past episodes there really wasn't that much. There was a lot going on, but there wasn't a lot of fighting. There wasn't a big plot, and this seems like it's going to be going on for a couple episodes where they're going to fight these guys and figure out how to beat them, and because Asta's only one man. You got 4 Magical Knight level villains with thousands of icicles that they'll just regenerate. And he can't block 1,000 at once, so You know, and Noelle, like, yeah, she has that new spell, but she's kind of worthless right now. She can't even hit her target, which obviously is dead weight. And they can't really afford that right now because Magna is depleted of all his magic. I don't know how that works. I don't know if he just has to rest or we don't really know how that works right now. Magna said he hasn't revealed his full power, but I do believe that Asa's probably gonna whoop dude's ass, which I hope he does, because honestly, Asa's probably one of my favorite shonen characters right now. Even though he does yell a lot, there's a lot of people that do complain about his yelling, but I like it. I think it gives character, because what other characters, are annoying like that and yell? Not a lot. And he just wants to be the best he can be, whoop some ass, and be the Wizard King. So what I'm wondering is, I wonder if he is the only person without magical, because if he is, that would be like, it'd be like destiny and fate for his grimoire to choose him. I think it'd be really cool. In the preview, the mayor, then he was still up, so I'm guessing he's not really dead. See, that's what I don't know, because it could be a flashback or something. And by the way, the mayor's fucking OP. Dude's magic is sick. Basically, his magic is he can summon weapons and shit like that and just fuck you up. The next episode, I think what's gonna happen is Noelle's probably gonna be able to control some of her power. She's probably going to be more useful going on finally, which is awesome, because I really do want to see how, what happens when she can control it. And I think it's going to be awesome. I think Asa's going to whoop some ass. Magna's probably not going to do much, because, as we said in this episode, his magic's depleted. So it's probably going to be an Asta and Noelle show, which I'm not complaining at all. I like the way Asta works. I like when, I think it's funny, I like when people are like, oh, we can't sense any magic, or, this kid, what the hell? And then boom, like, they realize that their magic is useless. And I think it's really cool how in a world where magic's everything, you have one kid who can just take that all away by a swing of a sword. So I'm just like, yeah, you guys fucked up. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where it'll go and how the series will progress. I'm very excited for episode 10. And yeah, pretty much I think they're going to go in there and probably fuck him up. I think Asta has a lot more to pull out of his sleeve as well. I think there's more than this limit that he has now, obviously. And I am very interested to see, and I know it's early in the series, but I really hope later on it shows how much more his grimoire has. So I'm very interested in this series to see where it goes. And I'll catch you guys next week, episode 10. If you like these reviews, of course, drop a like. Critique is always acceptable. I do need that a lot, to know what to work on, what to not work on. And keep in mind, this is my first episode. So if you do like it, or if you want to, help me out, or stay being supportive, just drop a subscribe, and share this around, comment. I'm going to be doing these a lot now. I'm doing these for fun. I've always loved anime, and I think this is a great way to get out there and express my thoughts. I will be doing Black Clover and Boruto. So my review of Boruto will come out tomorrow after I watch it, do my notes, do my research. And yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night.